Hey, how's it going? This is Anodyne. Come back with another tutorial video with audio production for electronic music. Got a request last time for a video on how I treat my sub bass lines and how to get them clear in the mix. So that's what we're going to be dealing with this video. Let's get right into it. So the first thing you're going to want to do is create a MIDI channel, obviously, so that you can have your synthesizer running in it. We're just going to name that bass. And I'm going to open up an instance of a bassline that I've already written so that we don't have to waste time writing it. And I've already got a patch written with Vanguard. It's just a basic square wave at this point, so we're going to work on that until we get it the way that we like it. So let's listen to it now. Okay. So basically what I want to do is think about the bass line in terms of the mids and the highs that are going to be playing from this synth, because I'm going to be cutting out all of the lows later on. So I basically just want to make this a really gnarly sounding mid-range, high-range kind of bass layer. So I'm going to add another square and another sawtooth, detune those just a little bit, and then detune the entire synthesizer to give it that fat sound. And the next thing that I'm going to do is open up an EQ, and I want to set this to cut off all the low frequencies. I generally always just cut off all the low frequencies below 120. It's just force of habit, no real reason why. I actually don't know that much about this to recommend anything to anybody. This is just what I found works for me. I'll probably get better at it later on. So you can hear that it basically just cut out all of the low sub-bass tones. So what I'm going to do now is create another MIDI track, and I'm going to copy this exact same bass line over into the new MIDI track and solo it so I can just hear what I'm dealing with my subs. And this time I'm going to open up an instance of Massive. And with Massive, what I'm going to do is just select a very simple sine tone. This keeps your sub bass tones very free of any kind of harmonics that might muddy up the sound, and just gives you a really nice clear tone, because most people aren't going to be able to hear this, they're going to feel it. Cool. So now that I've got my sine tone, I just turn down the volume a little bit for some headroom, and I'm going to add another instance of the same EQ into my sub bass. And this time what I'm going to do is take all of the high frequencies and I'm going to cut those off to a certain level, usually not all of the way back down to 120. I just play around with it by ear. Right now I think we're going to go to about 500. And I'm also going to roll off all the frequencies below 40 Hertz. And here I'm just adding in a limiter on the sub bass to give it a lot more punch. This will bring the volume up and it'll give it some edge with a little bit of overdrive. Let's listen to it together. So there you have it. Basically, that's how you get a sub bass into the mix. Now I'm going to just route all of my bass layers to one send channel. This way I can control the EQ or automation of the overall bass sound on one channel. At the same time, I can also be automating different parameters on the individual MIDI channels that I've created, or I can render those MIDI channels out to more audio channels and play around with those. So generally what you're going to want to do is just make sure that the EQ on your master bass channel is all set up perfect, and play around with it until it sits right in your mix. And then the last thing that you're going to want to do on your sub bass is make sure that it's a mono channel. This will keep the tone from getting out of control and wandering around your stereo field and muddying up the rest of your mix where you could be placing other instruments or other sounds. So that's it. Hope you enjoyed the tutorial. Hopefully it was a little bit slower for you this time. And as always, feel free to spread this around, and if you have any recommendations or if you have any questions about different techniques that I use or that other people use that you've been wondering about, feel free to message me and I'll put up a video about that too.